In this episode, if you're lacking time in your business, I'm going to give you 3 ways on how you can get more time and be a hell of a lot more productive. Let's go. Hi there and welcome back. This is episode number 2 in the Add 10 Grow Show. Now I'm going to take you through the 3 areas that I typically work most with for clients, and that is time, team and money. Time, money, team. This one I'm going to start off with time. And I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can get more time and get better productivity out of your day, every week, every month, every year. So let's get into it. So let me start with giving you an idea of why you've got, why you might be pressed for time, particularly if you're past the startup phase of business. The startup phase of business, usually what happens is you come to the business and you've probably got little money and you've got a lot of time. So what do you use to save that money? You use your time. So you start off and you do everything, okay? So you might do the ads, you might do the product, you might do the selling, you might do most of everything. Now, that's great when you've got a lot of time and you've got a little bit of money. It's a good equation to have. But as you grow and you get bigger, guess what happens? You get customers. You can't just work on all the things you started on when you started your business. All of a sudden there's other responsibilities, and that might be new staff, new product ranges, new updates. It could be expanding your team. It could be leading your team. It could be getting more locations. It could be any of those. Now, if you continue to do what you did when you started up, you're going to run out of time. And that's usually what happens is your money's like this, your time's like that, and then all of a sudden if you're successful, your time goes bang, and all of a sudden you're stressed. And hopefully your money's gone up. If your money's gone up, it's easy. You just buy time. That's essentially that's what you want to be able to do. Use your time to create strategies that make you money. And what happens is as you create those strategies, your time goes down, particularly in your startup phase. And then what should happen is your money goes up. So you take that money and stick it back to buy time. How do you buy time? 3 ways, or 2 ways basically. Through people and through systems. So let's go back. So you start off and you've got a lot of time, got a little bit of money, you start getting busy, your time gets crunched, and hopefully you're making money. If you're making money, you buy answers. But if you're not, then you're in trouble. You've got low money, low time. All right. This is a different episode. We never need to cover this, but you need to go all on in creating money. We'll carry out that. We'll take that into another episode. Let's just stay on this one. So your time's crunched. So what are the 3 ways? Now you've been successful and you got through the startup. You might have a few team members. You might have a lot of customers, and you're getting crunched and you're frustrated and you're looking for ways to get better. There's 3 areas, 3 main areas that I work on with clients. Number 1, yourself. Number 2, your staff. Number 3, systems. It's pretty simple. It's always simple. The answer's always simple. You've just got to find what that simple answer is, because then you can fix it really quickly. So let's go through with them. Number 1, yourself. What you've got to work on, the things that you worked on when you were at a startup and you had a lot of time, that got you to here. Okay, from startup to here, that's great. But to get to there, it's a totally different focus. It's a totally different skill set, and it's a totally different mindset. So what you worked on to get your business to where it is now is not necessarily got what it's going to be, what you need to work on to get it to there. Even though you might be trying, and some of you will be trying, you just keep hitting this ceiling. That's because you're doing the same thing, you're getting the same results. So what we need to do is change what you work on with yourself. So for example, what are you working on each and every day? For the next 7 days, just start at the morning, and then by the end of the day, just write down what you've been working on, what you've been working on, what you've been working on. And then I want you to colour it. Red or green. Red is working in the business, so that's an in-business activity. Green is an on-business activity. See, what you need to move from at the start here, you're doing the work, and you're probably taking pride in what it is that you do. When you start to get time crunched and you're starting to make some money, hopefully, what you need to do on this side is you need to work on the business. So instead of pride in your job or what you do or what you provide, you've got to have pride in your business. So this is about working in the business and delivering the things for the customers. On this side, it's about building a business, building the process, building the systems, building the people, building the engagement with your customers, so you can create a business that runs without you by building a team that builds your business. So over 7 days, red for in, green for on, and that'll give you an idea of where you're at in terms of what you're focusing on for yourself. So yourself, next one is your staff. Have you got, number one, have you got staff? If you've got staff, you've got team, that's awesome. Now, what I want you to do with them is work on what are you doing with them to either help them work in the business or get them to work on the business. Because if you're the only one working on your business, in your business, guess what happens to your time? It gets crunched. This is the key thing for a lot of people that read the E-Myth. They read the E-Myth Revisited. It's going back a few years ago, but it pretty much coined the term, or made it famous anyway, of work on the business, not in the business. People read that book and then they thought, great, I need to systemize the business. So guess who systemized the business? The business owner. Well, guess what happened to the business owner's time, who already didn't have much time? Gets crunched. What you've got to do when you get people into your business is get them to create the systems rather than you. Get them to create the systems, because you want to build a business that builds itself by building a team that builds your business. And to help you do that, you get the people into your business to be able to create the systems for your business. Now, you might need to go through that at stages, but that's a bit of a tip. So self, team. Next one is systems. The systems of the process. It could be software. It could be going from, let's say, for example, MYOB a couple of years ago to now Xero. And having a virtual bookkeeper that can log in at any time. Or you have your things like Receipt Bank that just sends invoices straight to Xero, so you don't need to process them. You don't need an admin person to be typing stuff into your accounting system. It could be other software tools. It could be automated marketing. It could be systems that are documented by your teams. It could be bigger equipment. It could be let's say, for example, a printing business. Printing business might have a printer this big, but they might get a printer that big that's got better capacity to send out more work. That's just an example for systems. So self, staff, systems. 3 ways that you can get more time in your business. Are there others? Absolutely within those. And that's obviously what we work with my clients. But that's a good start to help you get some more money. So there's a challenge for you. The next 7 days, get out a sheet of paper, 7 columns, and go, okay, what did I work on for each of those different days? And is it a red activity or green activity? Red is in, green is on. And that'll give you an idea of how much you're working on the business. Now, if you work on the business, you're building a process, and that process is to enable to the purpose of that is to liberate you from being in the business so you can take it to the next level, which I know you want to do. You want to move from here. You've gone from here to here, you want to go to there. And whatever that there might be, that could be tens of millions, it could be $1 million, it could be a couple 100,000, whatever that is, we've got to work smarter with yourself, with your team, and with your systems. Good luck. If you like this, please comment, share, tag someone in it that you know that should get this information. Thanks for listening to the first episode. If you haven't listened to it, go back, and it's kind of my context show where it tells you why I'm doing these shows, and you can join me as I build this business and show you how I'm building it so you can build your business too. Love for you to join the ride, and we can add 10 together. You take care. Thanks for listening. This is Casey Golan, and we'll talk to you in episode number 3. And I'm going to talk to you about money.